Chef Philbin. When hunger strikes, we're here to defeat it with delicious ideas for dinner. Today, a summer menu of fresh flavors as we pan-sear snapper and serve with a pineapple escabèche, plus we cool things down with a corn gazpacho. We have a returning visitor to the Dinner DeeAs kitchen today, Chef Clayton Perrette. He's the executive chef at the Hugh Parlor and Chop House in Dunedin's Fenway Hotel. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you for
So
having
great
me.
to have you here again.
Definitely.
Chef Clayton was last year sharing a hearty family recipe for a cornbread casserole, which is one of the most read recipes at dinnerdeas.com, where it's still available along with a video of the full episode. Today, though, we're switching seasons for something that's a little more suitable for summertime, and we're going to be starting with the sauce, which is being served with snapper, and this is going to be a pineapple escabèche. So I got to ask it right off the bat, what's an escabèche?
All right, so this sauce is unbelievable. Different regions have it, different, styles have been done.
Now, when you say regions,
Yes.
we're talking international
Global.
region, like so globalization with this sauce.
Where's Spain? Mexico has its own version. Argentina has its own version. So today we picked a Spanish version of this sauce.
Okay, so how do we get this started then?
All right. Typically, the first thing you want to do is some type of oil.
Okay.
Your profile. It's today we're using olive oil.
Okay.
We want a little bit of fat content to make sure it's not going to stick.
Okay.
So we'll take and add a little oil. I like to do my harder vegetables to start off with. So we're going to take some onions. We'll take our peppers.
Okay.
I kind of want them to cook down just a little bit.
Now, what are we looking for in terms of a cook? Are we looking just to sweat them out a little bit? Or are we looking to actually get a nice fry on them? What?
Correct. We just want to get the essential notes. We want the flavor profile to just heat and lightly release into that oil.
Okay.
Basically, you're trying to flavor with all these ingredients.
And right
what
now,
will be
all
our
we have are
sauce.
just the bell peppers, the onions, the ginger, and then it looks as though the jalapeno that was de-seeded.
Correct.
Okay.
We can add our squashes here.
Okay.
And this is another, if you're at your local produce market, whatever you find's good.
Okay.
It's a really good season. Summer's awesome for squashes, especially in the state of Florida. Farmers do a really good job. And add that in. And then my fun factor. So this is kind of like a sweet and sour sauce, essentially. So what I want to do is I want to exploit all the flavors. I want spicy. I want a little bit of sweetness.
Okay.
I want a little bit of bite to it.
Okay.
So I'm going to add pineapple. It's one of our favorites.
Okay.
Still, it's unbelievable the tropical produce that Florida grows.
Okay.
It's exciting. So what we'll do from here, we'll let that saute down. We'll get this nice and cooked.
To make this a pineapple escabèche and the corn gazpacho we're about to do, grab the recipes at dinnerdeas.com. Just get your phone, open the camera, and scan the QR code we have down in the corner of the screen, and you can follow along as we make it. So we can let that be while we start working on our gazpacho?
That's correct.
Now, gazpacho for some, they think like, hey, look, it's soup, but it's cold. I can't have that.
That's it.
Chef,
This is the...
tell them that absolutely, you can have a cold soup and enjoy it.
I think one thing all Floridians can agree right now is that it is hot. It is warm. So my objective here is let's cool down.
Let's cool it down.
This is a very simple recipe. First things first, we're gonna add our vinegars.
Okay.
So I have a rice, I like to do a little half and half. You can change it up.
Okay.
Sweeter vinegars are better unless you like a saltier version.
Okay.
Then you can go outside. There's champagne vinegars, there's white wines. I have an apple cider in this one, and I have a rice wine in this
Okay.
one. So we'll add those. I have some lime juice. Let's see. All right. Well, I'll take my tomatoes. They're a little bit softer.
Okay. And they also have so much of those juices right there.
Exactly.
So that moisture coming from these yellow tomatoes. Now, are these hard to find?
They can be sometimes. The best approach to this, your more natural type produce places typically have them. And if not, if you can't find a yellow, that's fine. There's red tomatoes. I guess advise against the green. It might be a little tougher.
A little tougher for it, yeah. So what would be the flavor that you're getting from the yellow tomato in comparison to what someone might see as, a red heirloom or garden ripe? What are they tasting?
I like to say that they're a little sweeter.
Okay.
Our seasons do vary, so our tomato, the acidities can change the structure of it. To me, it's a little bit softer flesh. It's easy to work with. It's a little sweeter. Your red tomato sometimes can have like a over punch. It can be a little unripe, so you get that bitterness.
Sure.
So I like the yellow because you get a nice sweet flavor behind it, and then it also helps with the blending process.
And then you just added a yellow bell pepper, and now we just have some Florida corn.
That's it. I like sweet onions.
Okay.
I use Vitae onions. It's up to you.
Okay.
You find a yellow onion, you find a red onion. You're not gonna change that flavor too much.
Oh, very nice.
Let's see. I have serrano chilies again.
You got the serrano again.
Give us a little spice.
Okay.
All right. Our other friend, garlic. I like a lot of garlic. I am an over flavor person.
Okay, so then you're going like, let's go with
I like to be strong, heavy profiles. Our other piece, I have a ancho chili rub.
You know what I love about a gazpacho too is that you can put so many different ingredients and vegetables into it. The things that might be turning, instead of just throwing it away and having food waste. Here's a great way that you can be able to bring vegetables that can get another life out of a beautiful dish.
That's it. It's one of our big things, especially in culinary, is our food waste. It's how do we utilize our products better to where we're not going to take and damage. I don't have to go out for more. I'm not throwing things away. Everything's almost edible. And the cool thing about this approach is that you can, once we blend it, we can cool it, you can refrigerate it, you can freeze it. You can, this could be, if you make a big batch, you can have 3 suppers and over the course of a week.
In an economical way to do it too.
Correct.
I absolutely love it. Because while we blend down our gazpacho, we're taking a break. When we come back though, Chef Clayton shares his way to season snapper, plus how to finish up our pineapple escabèche ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Chef Clayton Perrette is with us today, executive chef at the Hugh Parlor and Chop House in Dunedin's Fenway Hotel. And he's bringing us some summer flavors today as we're making pan-seared snapper with pineapple escabèche plus a corn gazpacho. Before the break, we started our pineapple escabèche, which is just a sweet and sour sauce for our fish. Frying up some onions, some peppers, a little serrano chili, and ginger. Then adding squash and pineapple. We let that simmer down while we made our corn gazpacho. Adding lime juice, rice wine vinegar, and apple cider vinegar to our blender, along with yellow tomatoes, yellow bell pepper, fresh corn, onions, a little more serrano chili, garlic, and ancho chili rub seasoning. And then during the break, we blend it all together, and it looks really good, Chef. I mean, is this the consistency that we need it to look like?
That's 100% what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Nice pulpy, some texture. It's also kind of creamy. You could, fun. Just fun.
So it just goes into the blender and it's just done.
That's it. It's done.
Oh, wow.
A lot of exploding flavors.
A ton of flavors.
Yep.
So what's next with this one here? Because it's got to go into a fridge?
We're going to put a lid.
Okay.
Let it chill.
Okay.
Put it in.
Boom.
Let's see. We'll go ahead and give it roughly 10, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Give it some time.
Just to let it cool down.
Just let it get, you want that cold, refreshing touch with you.
Very cool. So now let's finish up what's going over here with this escabèche. So looks like you added a couple of ingredients in here. What has gone so far in?
All right. So after that, we put a little bit of garlic. I have a little bit of brown sugar. So I have a little bit of lime juice we're going to add in here. I have some vinegars to add a little bit of mildness in between to balance them. I'm going to add a little bit of soy sauce.
And that will help kind of bring it all back because you don't want to overpower these flavors. It's going to take away from the fish.
Correct. So this is what we're going to do with this. I'll put a lid on it. We're going to let this simmer. But for us, what we're going to do is we're going to start on this side and try to get the rest of the dish together.
Yeah,
so
because this is the star of the show here. We got the snappers. These look absolutely stunning and beautiful.
I'm going to do a pan fry.
Okay.
Panade is the French term. We're just going to take a little bit of flour that I have in this bowl.
All-purpose flour?
All-purpose flour. You can do self-rising, it's whatever you can find in your grocery store. I'm going to add a little bit of season. So once again, I like a little bit of extra flavor. This is going to help season that fish up.
Now, what type of seasoning did you add to that?
I am originally from Louisiana, so I use Creole. That's
okay, so it's a nice little Creole seasoning.
Everything that you could find. There's a bunch of stores around here that has different varieties of it.
Okay.
I like a little bit more milder with this one because I don't want to overpower the fish. So we'll take this fish. But all you really want to do, this technique's called dredging. So we're just trying to get a little bit of flour on it and coat the whole fish. We'll take these. Let's do one more.
To grab Chef Clayton's recipes for these dishes, well, everything's in season. Just visit dinnerdeas.com to print them out, follow along, or even just watch the episode over again. Scan the QR code to find us now on your phone. All right.
What we're going to do is we want to try to get as much of that oil as we can. We'll put that fish there.
And you want skin side down.
Do skin down. Once we, and you can start to watch the bottoms here. So right in that side, you can see where that color's starting.
And what are you looking for? What are we trying to look to see?
The intention we're looking for now is we're going to watch this fish actually cook from the bottom.
Okay.
This method is we're going to har cook it. So we don't want to fully cook this fish. We just want to get enough color. We want our flour to settle. We want to get a nice crispy layer on it. And we're going to take this and transfer it onto another pan.
Okay.
And we're going to move it into an oven.
Okay.
We'll
and
let
that's
the
where it's going to
oven
finish
do
the cook?
rest of the
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sometimes high heat can take and mess with that fish. You
Sure.
might burn it and then you get this bad flavor you don't want. So from here, a nice gold color, we're going to flip it. We're going to do the same thing. Minute and a half. See how you got the nice little texture, but it's not too much flour.
It's just, yeah, exactly.
We don't want a cake. We want, a nice piece of fish. So we're trying to get that nice golden color. It's putting it together. It's going to hold it a little bit firmer. So when we add our sauce, that sauce will take and soften that fish. And you still get your little bit of crunchiness. You're going to have a little bit of sweetness with it. So it builds that flavor.
Awesome.
Some fun things with food too, a lot of people don't think about it, is texture is a big thing for most groups. So what's awesome about fish, and I know like my little ones, they're scared of the soft squishy fish.
Sure.
This actually gives you a little edge because it's crunchy, it's a little bit tougher, And
it's a great way to introduce them. They might have had like a fish stick, being that they're kids, and so it's like they're looking for something like that. And how do you know that it's ready to go to the pan now?
So what we watched, and you can look from the side, it almost looks like a line, and you can watch that line. So the bottom cooked for about a minute, and we watched the fish color turn a little bit whiter.
Yep.
And now we're doing it on the bottom. When it meets in the middle, it's time to pull it. You are what's officially known as a par cook. So we're just trying to get the outside ready, and then the oven, convection, conventional, whatever you're using, basically pull all that heat from the center, and it'll cook it the rest of the way for us.
I love it. So this is now going to be pulled off.
That's it.
These are ready to go into the oven. And how long will they go into the oven for?
So we are going to take, always use a thermometer. It's always the best approach.
Okay.
If you're familiar with fish, we're going to try to put this in there about 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
It's according to your palate and how you like your fish. Obviously, we will want all products cooked. I know a couple fishermen who were quick to eat it. They eat it rare, so they like theirs a little undercooked. For this one to be officially done, will take about 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes. Fantastic. So the fish has got to finish up in the oven. Our gazpacho is, well, it's straight up chilling. And our escabèche sauce is just simmering away. So when we come back, we bring it all together ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. We're cooking up some Florida flavors today with Chef Clayton Perrette. He's the executive chef at Hugh Parlor Chop House in Dunedin's Fenway Hotel. And on the menu today, pan-seared snapper, which we're serving, and this sounds super exotic, but it's easy to make. A pineapple escabèche plus a corn gazpacho we made just in seconds using the blender. Yep. Before the break, we added to our pineapple escabèche just a little garlic, brown sugar, lime juice, apple cider vinegar, soy sauce, and a little salt and pepper. Then left it simmering while we're now starting to combine just that salt and pepper and some cornstarch there. It allowed us the opportunity to then work with our snapper, where we combine flour and Creole seasoning, dredging our red snapper in it before frying just a little bit on each side, finishing it into the oven. And this is almost just all ready to go. All we got to just do is now.
We're going to take a little bit of cornstarch on a spoon, and we're going to lightly just sprinkle that over our sauce here.
And this is just to help thicken it.
Just to thicken it.
Can we get the gazpacho then?
Well, let's go get this gazpacho.
Let's do this gazpacho. I'll keep an eye on this bad boy here. Now the gazpacho's been in the fridge, just chilling. So how cold do you want it to be? What's the proper temperature?
You are free to the temperature you like.
Okay.
On a nice warm day in Florida, the colder the better.
Okay.
So you can leave it in, I typically say about 30 minutes, gets it to that nice temperature. After working it in the container, you get a little bit of heat from that. But if you like room temperature, right when you're done, you can pour it then and there. If you would like it to be a little bit warmer, you can actually take this soup as well, and you can throw it in a pan just like that, and you can heat it up if you'd like.
Okay.
All
so
right.
what's going on top now?
So, I have some fun items. So we're going to reintroduce some corn. This is to, you got a nice soup. Looks pretty. If you have some guests over, let's make it look even fancier. If you want to make it look like our restaurants, we are going to reintroduce some corn for a little bit of garnish.
So you're just taking the raw corn that we had used earlier to actually make the gazpacho. It's coming back in.
Coming back in.
Okay.
That'll give you a little extra texture too. It makes it fun on the inside. This is a hard, kind of a saltier Mexican cheese. It's called cotija. I like a little bit of funkiness to it, so we're going to add a little bit of this in there as well. All right. One of nature's finest. This is our cilantro.
Love it.
All right. And one of my favorite citruses is the lime. So we'll put a little bit of lime in there. Now you got a nice clean little plate that, you can impress your guest and also be simple at the same time.
Now we've got our snapper that's just finishing up in the oven, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Let's see. Oh, these look beautiful. It is snapper season.
Oh, look at that.
All right. So we are going to take this here. Right in the plate. What we do from here is it's ready to be sauced.
All right.
So.
To grab the recipes for Chef Clayton's red snapper with pineapple escabèche plus the corn gazpacho, visit dinnerdeas.com or just scan the QR code. Oh, so that's just going to go right on top like so.
Right on top. Get a little extra sauce.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, that looks beautiful. Don't forget, if you make either of the dishes that we've been doing today, send us a photo and let us know how it turned out. Email us, dinnerdeas@fox.com. That's what our friend Fran did. Hi, Fran. She's watching in Paris. She says, thank you for inviting Chef Alion to your kitchen. I couldn't wait to make his Parmesan grouper. It came out exactly like his. It was fantastic. Love your show. So does my husband. He reaps all the benefits. I mean, I gotta admit, man, like, Goldfish right there. Grouper was being celebrated. Red snapper's being celebrated here.
Everything makes me hungry.
It makes you hungry. Fran, you're making us hungry over here with photos like that.
That sounds amazing.
You know what I think we should just do then? Let's take one last break because when we come back, it's taste testing time when we get this red snapper before it gets too cold and the gazpacho before it gets too warm. Ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. Chef Clayton Perret has made a return visit from Dunedin's Fenway Hotel, where he's the executive chef for their Hugh Parlor and Chop House. He's been sharing a way to make the most of seasonal summer produce and a fantastic Florida fish. We've been making red snapper with a pineapple escabèche plus a cool corn gazpacho. I mean, these looks fantastic. This is summer right here, man. Yep. This is summer. This is everything. Where do we go? You want a gazpacho first?
I'm a picker.
You're okay.
I like a little bit of taste of everything.
All right, okay, all right. I'm going to follow your lead then. How about that?
I think what we have to do first, just because it's exciting.
I know.
Let's mix our gazpacho up.
We got to mix it up. Okay. Now all we're doing here is just mixing in just a little bit of that cotija cheese that you had, a little bit of the lime, and then that cilantro. Oh, yeah. Walk us through these flavors.
Natural. I think this is actually, you know, I think Florida. I think I get spice. Fresh corn is sweet. Lime has a little bit of acidity. The ancho has a little bit of earthiness behind it.
Oh yeah.
You can get the onions, the garlic. It's beautiful how natural that is and how,
absolutely.
You know.
Let's go straight into this bad boy here.
Mellow, earthy. The squash has great flavor.
And it's the juxtaposition of flavors behind it all.
Yeah.
You got that sweet, you got that sour, you got just a little subtlety of an undertone of that warm heat that's coming from that serrano pepper from before. But it doesn't overpower it, where it's like spicy. You just have really just some fun flavors that just...
Nice flavors. Your fish is staying together pretty well.
Absolutely.
Florida provides a lot of good stuff to us. It's nice to be able to use it, use what it's for. It's like I said, the sweetness from your pineapples are phenomenal. The squash is unbelievable. It's same with our corn. It grows right here. Why not utilize it?
And have some fun with it in the process. Thanks again to Chef Clayton. A link to Hugh, Parlor and Chop House is at dinnerdias.com, which is where you need to go to grab the recipes for everything he's been making today. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time with more Dinner Dias.